Reflet d'Afrique Télévision, le Flash Info, the Breaking News.
Pupils of Class 6 and the counterparts of the Francophone subsystem today sit the government common entrance examination into Form 1 and the concours d'entrée en 6e respectively amid the deadly COVID-19 pandemic which has so far killed over 300 in the country. Over 180,000 final year pupils today sit the government common entrance exam into Form 1 and the concours d'entrée en 6e. Unlike the past years, the context is very different with the presence of the deadly coronavirus pandemic which continues its world tournament. Speaking to reporters of some local TV channels yesterday, Monday, June 29, officials of some accommodation centers said everything was set to welcome the children in strict compliance to anti-COVID-19 barrier measures. The COVID-19 pandemic had forced primary schools to close for almost 3 months until the reopening last June 1 for Class 6 and CM2 to prepare and sit for their official exams into Form 1 and 6e respectively. During the technical break period, the children followed lessons over the state-owned CRTV radio, television and web platforms and only continued from where they had stopped when schools resumed last June 1. The leaders of Egypt, Sudan and Ethiopia agreed late Friday to return to talks aimed at reaching an accord over the filling of the Ethiopia's new hydroelectric dam on the Blue Nile, according to statements from the three nations. Early Saturday, Seleshi Bekele, Ethiopia's water and energy minister, confirmed that the countries had decided during an African Union summit to restart negotiations and finalized an agreement over the continuous mega project within 2 to 3 weeks. The support from the African Union, the announcement was a modest reprieve from weeks of bellicose rhetoric and escalating tensions over the $4.6 billion Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, which Ethiopia had vowed to start filling at the start of the rainy season in July. Egypt and Sudan said Ethiopia would refrain from filling the dam next month until the countries reach a deal. Ethiopia did not comment explicitly on the start of the filling period. Ethiopia has hinged its development ambitions on the closed dam, describing it as a crucial lifeline to bring millions out of poverty. Ethiopia, which relies on the Nile for more than 90% of its water supplies and already faces high water stress, fears a devastating impact on its booming population of 100 million. Sudan, which also depends on the Nile for water, has played a key role in bringing the two sides together after the collapse of the US-mediated talks in February. Just last week, Ethiopian Foreign Minister Gedu Adagachiu warned that his country could begin filling the dam's reservoir alternately after latest round of talks with Egypt and Sudan failed to reach an accord governing how the dam will be filled and operated. After the AU video conference chaired by South Africa late Friday, Egypt President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi said all parties had pledged not to take any unilateral action by filling the dam without a final agreement, said the Bassam Radi, Egypt's presidency spokesman. Sudanese Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok also indicated the impasse between the Nile Basin countries had eased, saying the nations had agreed to restart negotiations throughout a technical committee with the aim of finalizing a deal in 2 weeks. Ethiopia won't fill the dam before inking the much-anticipated deal, Hamdok's statement added. African Union Commission Chairman Moussa Faki Mohamed said the countries agreed to an AU-led process to resolve outstanding issues without elaborating. Striking points in the talks have been how much water Ethiopia will release downstream from the dam if a multi-year drought occurred, and how Ethiopia, Egypt and Sudan will resolve any future disagreements. Both Egypt and Sudan have appealed to the UN Security Council to intervene in the years-long dispute and help the countries avert a crisis. The Council is set to hold a public meeting on the issue on Monday. Filling the dam without an agreement could bring the standoff to a critical juncture. Both Egypt and Ethiopia have hinted at military steps to protect their interests, and experts fear a breakdown in talks could lead to open conflict. Enforcement of virus containment regulations turned deadly in Lessos, a small town in Kenya's Rift Valley, where a witness confirmed that 3 people were killed during a confrontation between police and residents over the wearing of face masks. Angered by the death of a cobbler, residents set fire to the house of the local police chief and attacked a police station with stones. In the chaos, 2 other people were shot dead, the eyewitnesses said. Peter Corey, protesters and Lessos resident, this is the second time when an individual is gunned down by a police officer. We are very saddened. Human rights activists for weeks have protested alleged killings by Kenyan police officers while enforcing virus-related restrictions. They also accuse officers of using the measures to extort bribes. Kenya has made it compulsory to wear face masks in public, and failure to comply brings a $200 fine and hefty fee for many. This is all for now, dear viewers. Thanks for listening till the end. I am Sandrine NDOUMBE, reporting for Reflet d'Afrique Television.
Reflet d'Afrique Télévision, le Flash Info, the Breaking News.